Hello everyone, welcome back to Lawyer Speaks. Today, I, Shivansh Bansal, co-founder at Law Community, is here with advocate Samiksha Pandey, and she's practicing before Honorable Delhi High Court since last year, and she has written various research papers, and she's also associate editor at Journal on Human Rights, and we are here to know more about her journey and learn from. So my first question is, what influenced you to opt for law as a career? And can you share a little bit about your law school experience with us?
Yeah, sure. So there are various factors which led me towards law, and I never decided that what I wanted to be, because as we are in schooling and we are growing, so the aim changes every month and every year. We all know that we are still growing up and evolving, and we tend to find what interests us. So I had done my 12th from math science, and it was a technical field, and then I decided that engineering is not what my life aim is, and I never wanted to go towards engineering. So I took I think few months. I never taken any year gap till now, but I took few months and then I gave clat. So due to math science and no preparation for clat, so I scored, I was getting Ranchi, so I thought to aim for like better private, because at that time it was a mixed thing, and I felt ki studying in Delhi would be a major aim for law, since we have Supreme Court there, so I can evolve and learn better in that way. So I went to Amity Law School, and it was just by chance, nothing was planned, but in my third year I actually start evolving with this profession and learning about it and how to go ahead. Then I aim for some good internships where I can really learn the practical part of it, since till third year you are already done with constitution, IPC, CRPC, so you are somewhere ready to apply it practically. So I went for some constitutional lawyers, who where I applied constitution, some good criminal lawyers, and this is how I thought that okay, litigation is the field which I want to pursue within law. So doing see in law school you are learning all the subjects, so it is not very clear that what you have to do. So that's where the role of internships come. If you have done corporate, then you can decide, okay, this is the atmosphere you want to work in. Or if you are doing litigating internships, then you will decide, okay, this is what attracts me. So till the time you haven't done some major good thorough internships, I think it becomes very difficult to really decide, because there are so many laws, so many lawyers, and everybody is doing good actually in their field, because they have some kind of experience and some kind of base. So every individual has to make their own base first. So like I am doing litigation and it's been 2 years already to me, but then somewhere now even academics part have started attracting me, that I can teach. So sometimes I take classes apart from the litigation part also, and I'm looking forward that I can balance out litigation and academics together, because I think I have seen that when newcomers come to litigation or comes to the professional world, I somewhere know that what is lacking. So I think that can only be changed on the academic level. So I hope that I can balance out both, and this is the motivation which keeps me going on.
So after your LLB, what motivated you to pursue your LLM? Do you believe masters in law is important for a law student?
uh, when I did when I completed my undergraduation, I didn't go for masters on the spot, but I took 1 year practice. I practiced in Indore High Court, and during that, I felt that a kind of professional expertise is good somewhere. If you are if you are expertise in a particular field, then people look at you in a different way. Also, your alma mater matters somewhere. So I was just passed out of Amity Law School, and I thought that a bit more learning and a bit higher level of degree might help me evolving and have a better command, because masters not only help in your knowledge part, but it also helps in getting your research work correct, because it's a lot of research work the entire year if you are being a part of a master's degree, and research is a very important attribute of this field. So I think masters help. I won't say that it is the most important degree, many people are doing very well without it, but then doing it also doesn't harm it. So it according to your priority, and it depends. If you are aiming for academics, then you should be masters and phd, then it becomes a very important part, but for litigation you may and you may not.
So, after graduation, how did you pursue your career in law? And what challenges did you face in the nascent stage of your career?
Actually, after graduation, I did 1 year masters with 1 year practice. So I already had an idea about what masters is about, what litigation is about, and this is where I was somewhere interested that there should be a research plus litigation kind of job. So there is a lot of struggle actually, and plus this year is a struggle, full of struggles for everyone. So litigation is also facing its plus and minus this year especially, but when you start, you somewhere take time to learn the grasp of the that field and everything. So initially you cannot decide, like I have seen some people keep changing jobs in months without even realizing that what they are aiming for or what they want. But I think when you are taking a job, you at least have to be there for 1 year to learn that okay, if this is the thing you want to do or not. Changing jobs every month, and especially in litigation, it is very easy to change jobs. That one day you are going to one chamber, the other day you decided no, this chamber is not good, you are going to another chamber, but then that doesn't help. And you have to stick to one place and learn that okay, and make a priority list that what you want to learn and what you want to pursue. Till the time you don't know yourself, every place will be looking alien to you, because you don't know what you want to pursue. So you have to be very specific, very sharp. It's like there is a quote which is very good: be brief, be bright, and be gone.
So, how can activities apart from academics like moot courts, debates, etc., aid legal law students to become good lawyers? And what are such activities that you were enthusiastic to be a part of?
In my law school, I have done a lot of moot courts and research papers. I have authored more than 20 research paper till now, because I like the research part. It gives you a new angle. It gives you knowledge. You can compare. You can appreciate the evolution of law when you are reading from the base to the present uh, phase of law. So I think research papers, writing research papers somewhere help you in having the base and the base of law, that how this law has evolved with case laws, with over the precedents over the years and everything. Plus I feel internships are very important. I have done around 8 internships in 5 years. So, and all the internships were very amazing, and I learned a lot about the professional field, especially the way you have to present yourself, you have to express, the way of expression, presentation, how you mingle with that professional group. Because if you are hesitant, you are not confident enough, then it reflects. And this group and this profession is mostly about people who are sharp and who know what they want and what they are bringing to the table. So you will only learn it through good internships, good um, good connections. Maybe in the way, like when you join an internship, you connect with other internees, you connect with the senior, then you learn some good attributes from everyone. So I think internships play a very major part in the development of character and personality. Like you can see people who have interned less might be less confident, less interactive, and way of presentation might be weak, because internship teaches you at the base these things. So I think internships and research papers are the most important things, and these two things have always attracted me uh, throughout my law school.
how was your experience in dealing with different cases, and what are those cases which have always stayed gripping in your memory? Please share a few of those with our audience.
Yes. So I practice in civil matters, and there are mostly family matters, contractual matters, and mediation. So mediation is a growing up field, which is a very beautiful alternative to law. And I always say that mediation is something which should be given a priority over litigation first. Mediation should make the first step and not litigation. So it has been a very fruitful experience and learning process for now, till now. And there are examples of family matters I can give you. They are very interesting, that how they are mostly dealt with, full of emotions and complexities. So there was a family matter which has been going on since 1996, and imagine 1996, and I'm born in 1994. So last month I saw that matter, and there was a mediation referred in that matter from Delhi High Court. So the parties were discussing that what should be the settlement grounds and everything. And the wife, who was a wife, and wife didn't want divorce to happen. And imagine, she has been fighting since 1996 this divorce case. Who didn't want this to happen in first place? So I just felt that litigation somewhere loses the justice part if it is not mediated well. I mean, the file is such a big file. She is going to court on every hearing, and she don't even want that to happen. So somewhere mediation, but it's too late to mediate also. They are fighting from 1996 till now, and mediation has come into picture, I think, around 2005 or 2006 in their case. So the case is like at halt, and it is happening. So I always suggest that mediation should be a very important part when it comes to family matters, especially because sometimes there's heat of moment and people go for litigation, but the case gets stuck due to their emotional issues. And there are so many backlog of cases that I think family matters should have a limitation, and they should be ending in a particular limited time, because the lives are also at stake. I mean, if she's fighting a divorce case from 1996 till now, if even if today she gets divorced for that matter, which she doesn't even want to get in first place, then also there's nothing left in her life now. I mean, she has spent her entire life fighting, which is not fair to anyone. And this is where somewhere just justice is losing its nuance.
Given option to change something in your line of work, what would that be?
Yes, I have seen a lot part of litigation in 2 years, and I really feel that the academics part needs to be more realistic than materialistic. I mean, people are going towards NLU and brand names and doing various courses, but really you have to be realistic to survive in this field. And you need to know that what is the requirement of the situation, what is the requirement of the case. A lot of knowledge, and there is a lot of difference between having a lot of knowledge and having the correct knowledge at correct point of time. So sometimes a lot of knowledge fails, like you have read 5 books, and you are in an examination, for example, and you have read 5 books on a single topic, but you are not able, you will not be able to produce all the 5 book matters in that 3 hour time, right? It was better to, if you would have made an answer subheading wise, and you would have known that what is to be written in what, and how many case laws you had to produce in that answer. So I think you have to be very crisp. Hard work is surely the way in every field for success, but you have to be smart for that hard work, and that hard work should be aimed at some positive point. Hard work in any direction and hard work going in nowhere is not the way out. That's why sometimes people don't get the desired results, because they don't know that what they want out of that hard work. They are just doing it. Somebody told them hard work is the key to success. Now which success, which key, they don't know. They don't know which key they want. And I have seen even after law school that people get lost sometimes. They don't know what to pursue. So I think by the third year or by fourth year, you should have an understanding, okay, what you want out of your life, and how do you want to shape it. Because after five-year course is a long time course. If you're not able to decide ahead, then I think you will be wasting one more year in deciding that. So which can be a bit discouraging on personal level, I think. I mean, you should always have crisp plans ready, so that you have enough motivation in your own self to pursue and shine out in the field.
So, what suggestion would you like to give to a student who has recently started their career or those who are still studying in a law school?
I will suggest all the students to do good internships, and they should do each kind of internship: litigation, corporate, maybe other NGOs, firms, to be able to decide that what they want. If they have not experienced enough the practical world, then I think their decision will be also biased. Because if you are doing only corporate internship, obviously you will become a corporate lawyer, but you never know that if you can be a good litigator, because you didn't attempted that in first place. So please keep your ground of growth and evolution open. Evolution is the key, and you have to evolve at every stage of life, and you can only do it when you have enough experience to know what is right, what is wrong. Even there might be some internships for you which won't work out that way, but then you are learning that what was bad there, so it is not bad in all. It was a learning process, right? So you have to have a learning experience open, so that you can really evolve and see that, okay, where you can bring a change. And if each individual decide to change some bad, then the world will be a good place to be at.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for having such an amazing interaction with us. And it will definitely gonna benefit a lot of young-minded people. And we are delighted to have time with you. And law community is grateful for the same. Thank you so much, ma'am.